I can't see anything either. Is he dead? What a bunch of chads. Slow down! So here we go, joined up with the Lakeside Hog chapter today to ride over to the Ace Cafe for the Harley night. So yeah, looking forward to it. First time I've been with the chapter for a ride, and got my mate Paul up in front. He's brought a passenger for their first ever ride on a motorbike, out on a group ride with a load of Harley guys. Not exactly a short ride either, bit of a trek. It's easy, straight roads and stuff, so she's not got to worry about much, but yeah, not the quickest and easiest of rides. And I'll tell you what, it's hot today as well, so yeah, she'll be toasty in there. But hey, bit of fun. Get you guys a vlog out of it as well, which is good because it's been a while. Oh yeah, apologies if you can't actually see anything, because to be honest, I can't see anything either. This tit want to be right in between everyone. Well, that's probably not the ideal scenario when you're a brand new rider or passenger and someone's lobbing an air filter cover. What a twat. Someone's lobbing an air filter cover in your face to hold on to. Is he dead, or did he manage to hold that? He managed to hold that wheelie for quite a long time. Fair enough. Fair enough, mate. You're a tit. What a bunch of chads. We are missing people. Slow down. Slow down. blue lights under the wheels. It's pretty cool. Why is there a fucking scooter group riding with us? Lol, it's filtering through us. Mega lol. So yeah, after a good night at the Ace Cafe, but given it's dark and there's nothing for you guys to look at, I thought we'd talk Space Geek. Now, I'm pretty sure that I've talked about the fact that I'm a Space Geek in one of my previous vlogages, and there's big news in the Space Geek community. There has been the discovery of an Earth-sized and styled planet that's orbiting around the closest star to our Sun. I believe it's called Proxima Centauri. And I think it's around about 4 light years away from ourselves, which is a fucking long way still, but it is the closest regardless. And yeah, scientists, by some absolute miracle, have worked out that there is a planet orbiting this star, and they use a technique where they basically assess the movement, the tiny little movements that the star makes because it's got the planet orbiting it. So the planet orbiting the star causes the star to wobble and move around in the sky very, very slightly. So yeah, they spotted that, and then from that, I don't know how, with some swanky maths, they can work out what size the planet is and roughly where it is in relation to the star. And they obviously do that by also knowing a bit about the star itself, like how big the star is. Yeah, so that's what they've worked out, and this star, the planet, is in a position orbiting around the star that it's in what's called the habitable, well, what we refer to as the habitable zone, which basically means that it's in the area around the star where the temperature on the planet, and assuming there's some kind of atmosphere to keep the pressure up as well, would allow for liquid water to exist on that planet. There's some other cool facts. The star itself is what's called a red dwarf, which is cool in itself because of the TV program. But a red dwarf is like really, really tiny compared to Earth. Sorry, not compared to Earth, really tiny compared to the Sun. And so tiny, in fact, it's roughly the size of Jupiter, which is a shit ton smaller than the Sun. which means that for the planet to be in the habitable zone, it is actually, I think I'm right in saying it's 5% the distance away from its star than we are from the sun. So it's like, I don't know, roughly where Mercury is, maybe even closer, I'm not sure. And yet it's a lovely balmy temperature to allow liquid water to exist. Wonderful. But it's exciting, because although at the moment it's kind of science fiction to get anything there, well, it's not really science fiction, you know, the science hasn't been developed far enough that we can get there in our lifetimes. To put it in perspective, it would take thousands of years for a rocket, you know, a current technology rocket to reach that star. But what they're basically hoping is that sometime in the relatively near future, they're going to be able to travel at somewhere around 20% the speed of light, which means that they'll get there in decades as opposed to tens of decades, hundreds of decades. So yeah, it's pretty cool, really, I think. I don't know what you think. I don't care what you think. I'm just chatting. But yeah, it's fucking cool. That, you know, possibly, depending on how quickly the science is developed, and pending my, you know, long and happy life, you know, we could see a human, you know, man-made probe sent not only to our neighbouring star, but also to a star which could have life orbiting around it. That's crazy to think about. But the other thing is, even if we get 20% the speed of light for a probe using some futuristic propulsion method, when that probe reaches that star, it will still take 4 more years after we've reached the star for the information that we gather from that star to reach Earth. Which essentially means that if we get to the star and the probe dies, or like crashes into it, or crashes into the planet or something, and we lose it after all that work, it basically means that we won't know anything about it for 4 years. We will have to wait 4 years to work out if a probe that we sent 20% the speed of light to our nearest star, and possibly a habitable planet, can tell us anything interesting, because it might have died. Anyway, I was excited. So yeah, thanks again for subscribing and watching the video. If you don't subscribe, why? So yeah, subscribe, and also like it, share it, do everything. Do everything, make me famous. Yeah.